we will be seeing for loop. In for loop, there are three parts. One is initialization, condition and increment or decrement. So in the while loop you have seen all those three were different. Now in the for loop, they are in a single line. First one is initialization, semicolon, followed by condition, semicolon, followed by increment or decrement. Within the curly braces, we are going to write the statements what we need to execute. So this is about the for loop.
Let us see one example program.
Now let us see some of the examples related to for loop. The first, a simple example, problem statement to print the numbers from 1 to n. So you can implement using any of the things like for loop, while loop or anything. As part of this example, I'll show you how to implement to print the numbers from 1 to n using for loop. stdio.h hash include stdio.h int main. So first I am going to initialize a variable n, and for iterations I am using I. Printf enter n value, enter in value, scanf %d address of n. So this is how we are going to read the value of n. After reading, for, as we know the syntax of for loop, for initialization, as part of initialization, I equal to 1, I less than or equal to n, I plus plus. The syntax of for loop is, this is the initialization, condition, increment or decrement. So if you want to print the numbers from 1 to n, this is how we need to write the for loop and print the numbers. Printf %d. You want with the tab space, give a /t. If you want a new line, give it as a /n, I. So this is how we are going to print the numbers from 1 to n. Just I am taking a new line, return 0. Let me execute this code. Now you are going to enter the n value. Let me give the n value as 10. So you will see the numbers from 1 to 10. Similarly, you can generate any number of numbers from 1 to n. If I want to give it from 1 to 1000, so 1 to 1000, all the numbers will be printed starting from 1 to 1000. 1 to 1000, all the numbers are displayed. Now in the same way, if I want to print the numbers in the reverse fashion, so this, I hope every one of you understood this. The next one, to print the numbers from, let's take from n to 1, that is in the reverse order. I want to print the numbers from n to 1. That is, if I am giving my n value as 10, then it should print from 10, 9, 8, so on till 1. For that, how we need to write the logic? Starting from for I equal to n, here we need to write the reverse logic. That is, I greater than or equal to 1, I greater than or equal to n,
and here we need to decrement the I value by 1, I minus minus. Now let me execute the code. I am giving the n value as 10. Now you can see the output. So why it has printed here? Because I is greater than or equal to 1. It is not n. So let me execute once again. Now I am giving the n value as 10. It will print the numbers from 10 till 1. That is printing the numbers in the reverse order. This is how we need to write the logic. I equal to n starting from n value and I greater than or equal to 1. Till 1 the condition will be satisfied. Then every iteration it is going to print the I value. Right? Next, let us see the next program. To print even numbers from 1 to n using for loop. So how we need to write this? For I equal to 1, I less than or equal to n, I plus plus. Now what is the condition we need to write here? Please try to recall this. If I mod 2 double equal to 0, if I mod 2 double equal to 0, then we are going to print only even numbers from 1 to n. Let me run this code and give the n value. Let me give the n value as 10. From 1 to 10, what are all the even numbers? Those will be displayed. Print the even numbers from 1 to n. You give any number of n value according to your logic. So you're going to get all the even numbers. So from 1 to 1000, you can see all the even numbers. So these are all the even numbers from 1 to 1000. You can check with any of the test case and it should be absolutely fine working. Only then your logic is supposed to be a correct logic. So as there is a screen some hidden over here, that is the reason you are not going to see the rest of these numbers. But you can see here very closely 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. You're going to get all the even numbers. Right? Now if someone is asking you to give the sum of all even numbers, I don't want all these even numbers, just give me sum of even numbers from 1 to n. That is, the problem statement is to print the sum of even numbers from 1 to n. So how you are going to do this? Here I am not going to write any printf statement here. I am just removing this printf statement and I need to write here sum. So I am initializing one more identifier name called sum equal to 0 initially. Sum equal to sum plus I. Sum is equal to sum plus I. Here I am going to print sum equal to percentile D comma sum. I am executing this code. So I am giving n value as 6. So from 1 to 6, what are all the even numbers? And you're going to get the sum of those even numbers. So from 1 to 6, the even numbers are 2, 4 and 6. 2, 4 and 6. So if you make the sum of that 2 plus 4 plus 6, which is 12, the sum of even numbers from 1 to n. Now you take any n value and you are going to get the sum. So anytime you are writing a logic, please try to find out the accurate result of your logic by giving a small range of numbers. Once it has been applicable for small range of numbers, then your code will work fine for any number of numbers. So this should be a keen point to remember. Work with a small data set, understand it closely, whether it is giving you correct result or not. Once it is giving correct result, try to implement with the larger numbers. So this is how we get the sum of even numbers. Similarly, if I want to print, take down the next problem statement. To print odd numbers from 1 to n. So in order to print the odd numbers from 1 to n, what is the logic is? Remainder should not be equal to 0. For any given number, the remainder should not be equal to 0. Such kind of numbers we call it as odd numbers. So I am printing the odd number list %d/t. Here I am printing the I value. So this is how we print only odd numbers from 1 to n. Let me give the n value as 10 and check whether I am getting all the odd numbers or not. 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. If it is working fine, give it for the another range of numbers. So this is how we need to check for all the test cases. So it is working fine, right? Next,